Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Hello, my loves. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. How's everyone doing today? Hope you are well. Today is January 14th, 2023, 6:23 on the East Coast. Good to see everyone. Thank you. While you guys are filing in, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. So good to see you all. Thank you. Sorry, I just ran up the steps. Whew. I need to get fit a little bit. By the way, guys, let me tell you something. There's this new song that's out, and it's called, what's it called? It's by Kelsey Ballerini, and it's called If You Go Down, I'm Going Down Too. And it's a cute little song. For those true crimers who loved, true crime and all that, I would highly, highly recommend watching it or listening to it. It's a great song. Hello, good to see you. So we're going to start talking about the Idaho 4. We're going to talk about serial killers, and do serial killers have a look? I was reading this interesting article last night, how there was this study group that there's these interesting profiles, how we look into serial killers and how, some behavior patterns. But this claims that there is 23 physical attributes that could kind of lead to someone who is more likely to be a serial killer. Now, does every serial killer have these? No. If you have this, does that make you a serial killer? No. As we know, serial killing and all of that, it is a recipe of one thing. If you peed the bed, that doesn't make you a serial killer. It's really um, a perfect storm, a perfect recipe of a lot of different combinations. But nonetheless, I thought it was interesting. What are your thoughts on a second person now? Good question. And we're going to talk about it. We'll get to it, I promise. A lot of people are asking, is there a second person involved? Um, you know, they're waiting for this uh, to come out, and we're all waiting for it to come out, but it's going to take a while. We're not going to really know a lot until June. I personally don't feel like there is another person involved. I'll go ahead and say that I don't feel like there's another person involved, but um, maybe someone else knew about it, maybe. But again, I don't think it's necessarily a person um, per se. I don't really believe anyone. Just a girl says, I really don't believe anyone was involved. There is no co-defendant. Yes, precisely. Um, yeah, I don't think it's. I think people are reading more into it than what maybe they should. Does the arrest warrant get released the beginning of March? Um, when is it? I want to say it was March or April. March or April, I want to say. Pardon my little kitty. Um, 315. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm calling because I wanted to let you know something. I've called into another show, but nobody has talked about this. There was a man that was fired in Idaho, and this is about 2 weeks prior to the arrest, and it was for accessing the police uh, body cam footage because I guess you're supposed to, you can't just do that willy nilly. But so there's this gentleman, and he has a Hispanic last name, and they said he worked for the city. It was on a regular news program. So this was 2 weeks prior, and then I heard some discussion that actually Brian could have had some access to maybe dash cam or body footage, but I do know that there was a gentleman that was like fired from the city, and that was for getting the footage from the body cam specifically for that address. And also, those complaints that were called in were observational, which means they were not called in by the residents or the neighbors. It was called in by somebody looking through either what they were doing at a residence close to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that there might be a second person, and I thought it was Dylan, but there was a gentleman that was fired, and then some of the discussion and some, I'm sorry to take so long. Some
No,
of the
you're fine.
discussion and the thank you, you're so kind.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that you take the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just thank you. Um, yeah, he's very cocky about it too. So he did some discussion to where he had said something, and this was on News Nation actually last night late,
Mm-hmm.
that someone could have gained access to his sheets because there was someone who had some ties to the police department and the body cam footage as well.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a sensationalized uh, trial. And I think there's going to be rumors. And I think that people who, the public that supports Brian, may even, they want to uh, assure doubt, right? They want the public to be doubtful that this is the guy. Um, and, if you can get past the evidence and the cameras and him being there 12 times and his behavior afterwards, then they will convince me. Then I'll be uh, more to believe it. But I think that um, there are people out there who once they're already driving the doubt train, in my opinion. This is my opinion. um but it's is there possible another person is involved? There's always a possibility of everything, right? I mean,
Right.
they're still not finished with the investigation. They have asked, they asked for what, 3 months, 2 or 3 more months. um
That was
so
surprising.
yeah, it was. And they, it said that it could be detrimental to uh police's safety, potentially even the public's safety, right? So I don't know, that's just my opinion on it.
Well, I like you. I think you would make a perfect judge because you kind of hold back and you just observe and you're very relaxed. Where I'm kind of like a Chihuahua dog when I find out a little fact. So
Thank
um,
you, thank
it's a
you.
good perspective. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's hard to not get emotional, and even I get emotional with this sometimes, and I mouth off a little bit. But uh let's do the best we can to honor the dead, right? The four
Yeah,
that is dead, and to honor their parents and the surviving roommates and just humanity in general. And
yeah,
I think that's what we really have to do. We, like, seriously, I will say the probable cause was 1,000 times more than I actually thought they were going to give us. However, that being
yeah.
said, that is only maybe a tenth of what the police know.
That is incredible. And I'm kind of new to true crime. I've just started watching you in the past like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
It's just it's amazing to me. And I think you guys help. Your channel has helped. Some of the
thank
other channels have helped too, just to spur discussions and pick up things that somebody else may have not seen, because there was an expert that actually said that she pays attention to the channel,
you. Hmm.
see what's going on, like
Yeah.
in your live and stuff like that. There was an FBI lady that said that she watches, you know, the
Hmm.
sleuths on the YouTube. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's I think Hulu is doing a web sleuth show now. They're getting ready to come out with a web sleuth show that helps, we help, they help solve, I guess, um, murders, or, they can at least give the pup. You just have to be careful with who you watch, though, to be honest with you. You just have to
there's some,
be careful. Um,
yeah,
but, I think as far as, like web sleuths and stuff, I think they give an outlet. First of all, I mean, truthfully, people go more to social media now than they actually do the news, like the news, right?
well, it's
And
always fake though on the regular.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there, like I always say, if you want 2 to 3 minute clips of what's going on, go to the news. But, if you want to dig deeper and learn more and talk about it. And also, this is an emotional thing for many, many people across the world. We get attached to this case for whatever reason, that case for whatever reason. And when we do, this is also an outlet for people to get, their frustration sometimes, their points across, or even their ideas. And, there has been many people here on uh, YouTube, Facebook, and that has really solved, almost helped, or at least helped solve crime. Um, I mean, who doesn't want to solve a crime? But I think our main objective is, for most of us web sleuths, is to just get information, give it to the public, and try to make sense more of what's going on in this case. A 2 or 3 minute clip isn't good enough for a lot of us, and to just get the story out there, to keep it in the eye of the public.
I think it is important because, we live in a crazy time where there's so many crimes being committed that it's easy for things to be lost, and you definitely do an important job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I agree with that. It's okay to speculate on what we don't know, as long as we speculate responsibly, but and let's not question what law enforcement has already told us. I think that's very important. If law enforcement says this person is no longer a suspect, or this person has nothing to do with it, take them at their word, because you're really just, dragging someone needlessly.
And I've been guilty of it myself because I had an idea, and I realized that, I've been in not a similar situation, but a situation where, there's always going to be rumors when someone passes on, and, it's not fair.
Yeah.
No matter how strange things look, but
yeah, I mean,
roommate thing just keeps my mind spinning, though I will keep my mouth shut about it.
yeah, I mean, it keeps a lot of people's mind spinnings, and I think everyone has questioned it to an extent. But we also just have to remember is we don't know everything, not even close. Right? And
No, just when you think you do, it's like, whoa.
yes. So there's that. So
thank you for taking my call.
Of course. Well, I certainly do appreciate you calling.
Thank you for all your work. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was a very good call. Interesting. How's everyone's Saturday going? Hope it's good. It's kind of been dreary here. Hey, Camille. Good to hear from you, honey.
What's up, Justin?
Oh, 3 Dot. Hello. I thought it said Camille on my phone. I apologize.
Have you already talked about what we talked about?
No, I just went live.
All right. So are you going to talk about it?
Not this live, no. But maybe the next one.
Are you talking about Idaho 4?
Yes.
Okay. Am I interrupting?
I mean, as long as you keep it short, you're not.
Well, you know what I'm going to talk about. All right. Well,
go ahead.
I wanted to say to everybody out there, a lot of you that are in chat, you go around and you see things. You notice that the word incel seems to be kind of be a thing now, which it's news to me. So when I saw incel, I was like, what is this, right? And it's kind of like been on my back burner of, what does that even mean, right?
Sure.
And so then I saw 10 to Life, right? Which is a pretty, she has a way of pulling everything together and giving you like a nice, I don't know, it's edited and clean, right?
Yeah.
She tends to have a decent, it's got like 280,000 views.
Sure.
So I mean, but she just released this one, and she like piqued my interest on the whole incel thing. And so the incel means, go ahead, Justin. What does incel mean?
It means just being. It's men who are celibate, celibate. Yeah, it's usually younger.
Involuntarily
It's usually
celibate.
younger men, particularly. It's very new. It's not. I mean, I don't guess incels are new, but the term incel is has just came around in the last just the last few years, really.
Actually, it was originated with this Elliot Roger. Which now
Correct.
we have that Papa Roger, right?
Correct.
Brian kind of created there, maybe
Mhm.
possibly, But yeah, so Elliot Roger was I guess you would call it like a mass killer, or
He was.
it was like a hit.
Yes.
He wasn't a serial killer, but he ended up being a kind of he killed a bunch of people, right?
He was also a
So he was a
YouTuber.
virgin,
He was also a
and in
YouTuber.
2014, a spree killing. That's I guess you'd call it a spree killing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And being at Brian, being in what do you call it? Crime, serial killers and killers, period.
Mm-hmm.
I think he resonated with this guy, this Elliot Roger.
Mm-hmm.
And so if this Papa Roger is him, which I'm almost like 90% it was him, that he resonated with not being attracted to females, whether it be his personality or whatever. I mean, this Elliot, when I like searched him, because she inspired me to look 10 to life.
Mm-hmm.
I went and looked and typed his name in, and then just went like, what's the most viewed on this guy? And I watched like a 20-minute video that was actually, another shout out would be this guy, Coffee House Crime. And it's like a 20-minute video, 4.2 million views, and it was a year ago. And I'm telling you, man, when I watched that, I was like going, wow, bing, 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 bing. I totally hit on Brian, and that these men, these boys that are out there, and they're just like, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, where they're just like, women hate me, and it's being disgusted by seeing couples that are like in love and kissing and stuff.
Oh, he would be furious. I showed Elliot Roger before Brian was actually even caught. We did a live on Elliot Roger. I showed video of him at the beach. And there was a loving couple there, and they were kissing and stuff, and he was furious. Furious.
He said either he was super depressed or super furious. It was like back and forth, on how he was like interpreting it, But when I think about Brian and what I think that he dealt with not being attracted to females, the connection is like it seems really deep, and being that he would create this Facebook personality called Papa Roger just seems like an homage.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Did some great shit, and this other creator,
True Crime.
Coffee House Crime. So I mean, just to let you know, I know we talked about it, and I'm glad you let me talk, bro.
Of course, no, it's an interesting thing. Now, I don't know if you can see the screen right now, but like this was obtained by the New York Times, which Web Sleuths have had this for a while, but all the news organizations are showing this, which I guess they have confirmed that this XR is Brian from many, many moons ago, right? So, and at this young age, he is talking about how the anxiety and his self-image is, his family, he hugs them. There's no emotions. So, it's
another thing is that him being in those chat rooms early in life, when he was like maybe 15, 16, he basically was just, I think a lot of his venting was in these chat rooms of all this. And a lot of these chat rooms have to do with like thumbs ups and thumbs downs. You know, it's like all about just having a good take, you know? And being that he was like the insider on this subject, it really, when you pull back and look at it, he was like, I know everything. So when he gets in these chat rooms, he's like, I have the inside information. I have the all-knowingness. And so really, when you look at all the Facebook and the Reddits and all that stuff, it makes total sense that he would go in there and just be like, I don't know, bold and brash and all-knowing, you know? So,
well,
I don't know.
you know,
What a trip.
now the Papa Roger, there was two Papa Rogers. I want to tell people this just for out there. One was deemed absolutely fake. Now the original Papa Roger, they have different like Facebook usernames, like the way
It's the Papa Roger with the side eye, like showing his bridge of his nose. Looks totally like it.
no, well,
it
it does look similar to him, but no, they both look the same. They both kind of acted the same, but the one was a fake, and his like Facebook number. You know how Facebook gives you like, you know, your username, and it's got like slash and then a bunch of numbers and all that.
I don't know. I don't do it.
Well, so that Papa Roger was fake. Now this other Papa Roger, even, you know, I think Jennifer Coffendorfer, she who was a former FBI, she tweeted that she's tweeted I think a few times at least about Papa Roger, and she says it was highly interesting at the very least. So
yeah, I'm not sure that there was two. I didn't hear there was two, but you know, that's interesting to know. But
well,
but,
one
you know,
came after.
Again, anyone that wants to go look at Tend to Life, she's a great creator. You know, she has her moments. So yeah, go check her out. And that's what I saw. That they inspired me to go look at this. What's his name? Elliot
Rogers. Yeah.
So this guy, this little bitty freaking asshole killer, you know, that's out there that did this shit in 2014 was info to me. So I'd like to have you all go out there and look at it and, you know,
so go to my go when you have time, go to my videos, and you can see the live that I did on Elliot Rogers as well.
Well, I hope to see that. When was that?
It's a couple weeks ago, I'd say.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
You were on the ball.
Yeah, I was on it.
All right, Justin.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. You do great work.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Sub up.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate
Peace,
you. Bye-bye. Peace. So yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and start where, since 3 Dot went ahead and brought it up. This is, never mind. I'll have to turn that phone off in a minute. Camille, thank you for calling, my love. How are you?
Hey, babe. Good. I'm coming to you from my school desk setup.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just, I wanted to let you know there have been several cases that I just haven't got around, you know, that just haven't come around, and I haven't seen them until I came to your channel. So, you know, you do that too. A lot of cases that people, you know, that aren't flashy or out there, you know, there'll be some that the news just does not cover. And, you know, they pick and choose. I mean, to a point, I'm sure they pick and choose, you know, what they're going to cover, what's going to sell the papers, what's going to be the most gruesome, you know, what's the most beautiful child, you know, and all that. But you don't do that. You choose to cover, you know, anything that comes along to you, anything that's recommended for you to look at. And there has been, I mean, at least 5 that I had no idea about until I clicked on your channel. And that's why, you know, I just stay here, and we're all, I always say we're a community that became a family. We don't go back and forth and do all that yan BS. We don't have time for it. We don't care about all that. We get on here and discuss. We don't accuse people. Oh, I know who did this person, But you give us all a little bit, you let us come in and kind of, share our thoughts, and then it opens up your eyes to some of the thoughts that other people have that I may not have ever thought about. So, people are drawn to you because of that, and you do a great job. You have a soul of gold, and people are just drawn to you. That's just your gift. And I just appreciate you so much. I mean, that's why I don't want to be thanked for memberships or contributing, because this is the community that became my family. I would not, this is the only place that I invest anything in. And it's just because we're all real here and we're learning things. And like you said, I mean, there's been many members that, they may not have a child that died or something, but I know there's one lady that I talked to that has custody of her grandchildren because she lost a child. So you can tell that, they know more. I can't say, oh, I know how they feel. No, you really don't. It's almost disrespectful for me to, I can't say that to somebody that's lost a parent or a child, because I have not yet.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say I know how you feel, but I'm going to say, if you need anything, whatever it is,
I'm here.
if you want to call and just cuss at 5 o'clock in the morning just to have a fit and get it out, call me. I am there. And I just appreciate, I have been in, when I've always loved true crime. I mean, how I grew up, so I've always been around it. But going in these rooms, it's like it just ends. Some of them, people are just shouting and screaming at each other, and I'm like, what is the point here? Is this true crime, or is this, let's just argue with each other about nothing, And that, I just don't. I'm 48 years old. That's wasting my time. I don't have time for all that. So I just really, we tell you and you say thank you, but I don't think you ever really know how valued you are in your channel.
Thank you,
Camille. If you left YouTube, I would not be on YouTube anymore.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate it.
You really are. You absolutely, you have opened up the door, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be going to school.
Oh,
next week.
God.
I wouldn't be starting next week.
You can do anything.
And I'll be done.
You do anything you want in this life. You just do it. You just do it. And excuses are easy to say, but you just walk through the damn door. And if there's not a door, go through the window.
Right, and if I'm going to get knocked down, that's happened many a times by now. I'll dust myself off and keep on going.
That's right. That's right.
But thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
You do.
Appreciate
I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but I just really want you to know how valuable you are in your channel and what you have brought to YouTube. You keep it on a very classy level, and you let us have fun. Like you said, we're covering some dark, deep things, so sometimes you just need to laugh, or or we'll throw a shot at each other, just laugh, just to laugh.
That's right.
And it helps. It does help. I mean, I think that's what's made us. We're all just. I think we would all do anything if we knew that one of our members or subs needed something. We would be right there. What do you need? What do you need me to send a mail? What do you need? So just know that you make a difference, and you have brought us together. Not anything but you.
Thank you.
And we need some Justin merch soon.
I've actually got the store made. I just need to promote it and stuff. I've got to make a couple more shirts. So
Because my birthday's coming up. I'll be decked out.
oh, when's your birthday?
Well, it's June 6th.
Oh, it won't be long.
6-6.
6-6.
Gemini, that's why I'm so crazy.
I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. So all right, my dear.
Love. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your show, but I just wanted you to know, a lot of these other channels are getting promoted, and they're all great.
Yeah.
But this is why we're here. You are why we're here, and that you let us have our voice, and we let other people have their voice, and we don't. There's no there's no arguing here, or anything like that. You can tell somebody one time, be respectful in chat, and they're done. And I love your new little avatar.
Yeah, it's my new logo. Yeah, my handle name, just FYI guys, is J4A. So you can put at and then J and the number 4 and the letter A. And that's my handle. So yep. All right, my dear. Thank you so much. Love you.
Okay, love. I'm in for the long haul.
I'm glad you're feeling better. You take care.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's Camille's a sweetheart. She's a great friend and a friend of the channel. And my cat has lost its damn mind. I'm trying. So this, I do have the phones off for just a few minutes. We'll turn them back on. I really like the new tagging system. Just a girl, I do too. I really like the new tagging system, and I wanted something short. I didn't want something like, like to write a whole sentence. When you're like trying to tag someone, it's so annoying, in my opinion. And so I just wanted something. So I just put, Justin for all and J for A. So luckily I applied for mine really soon after. So yeah, he is fixed. He is fixed. And you should have heard him before he wasn't fixed. It was like the Lion King in my house. I'm telling you, he's something. LOL, I thought my cat was hollering. No, he just hollers. I have like 2 cats outside that are strays that I feed, and I think he gets a little jealous. And I think they get jealous too because, he kind of lives a life more privileged, I guess, than the cats outside. But nonetheless, they got a little house outside with the heating pad and all that. So, all right, let's do it. Pardon me. So this XR, those with visuals now. Now, this was several years ago, 2011. And, Brian, it seems we do know that this was Brian now. Even, big media has came out confirming it, CNN, New York Times, all of, I believe Fox, all kinds of people have. And, Brian was going to this what they call visual snow. Did that thing work? $1.99. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Guys, I am really working hard to up the game with the new stream and all that. So that's the first super chat that I got. And I'm glad that thing worked because it's confusing to me. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Whoever just sent that. Thank you. You heard it bling. All right. Thank you. It's very kind. So, yes, going out asking for help. He's saying, with someone that is saying that they have this many problems in 2011, a young man, and you can tell this is, in my opinion, compared to his younger pictures, this is Brian. And he said he always feels like he has mental fog, lack of comprehension, feels like life is a movie. Now, which means that he's depersonalizing his self. And now there are times where we all feel like that at, oops, Camille, gifted. Am I moving it right? Okay. 50 Shades of Blue. Thank you, Camille. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's I need to move it off to the side a little bit though, but I don't know. Kara, thank you so much. Thank you. It's very kind of you guys. It's very kind. I've got this wine glass coming. I think it's this wine glass, and it's going to sit over here on the screen, and it's going to I guess like fill up or something. I don't know how it works. Crazy mom. These are all the new members. I think it's what it is. I think that's what it means. Pam, welcome to the new members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So he, so he has poor social skills, poor self-image, and he feels like he's in a movie, and he's feeling like his life is a movie. Now, I think there's been times where we've all felt like we've had like an out of body experience, or we've, whether it's been through stress or, some trauma, we have depersonalized somehow. Thank you, Cecilian. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I'm trying to, okay, there we go. Perfect. Now this is, the New York Times obtained this, and it says, I would assist in the capture of a violent criminal for sure, but getting a job like that is difficult. I'm thinking more along the lines of dealing with high profiles offenders. This is Brian talking to one of his friends. We do know that he had talked about becoming a cop. Now, this is after he kicked his H habit, and he is talking about, I would assist of the capture of violent criminals for sure, but getting a job like that is difficult. I'm thinking more along the lines of dealing with high profile offenders. Why high profile offenders? I mean, I will tell you what my thought is when he says high profile offenders. When he says high profile offenders, I feel like he is talking about high profile offenders is because that is who he looks up to. Uh, most of us agree that the reason he got into criminal justice was not really so much about, anyone else. It is about, one second. It's more about, what was I saying? Oh, it was more about him understanding himself better. He wanted to understand himself better, and he looked up to these higher profile that gave him meaning, and all of that. And then his friend says, I believe in you. You kicked effing heroin. Life's cake from there. So this, the friend was trying to say, you know what? I believe in you, Brian. You kicked this addiction. Since you kicked this addiction, you can do anything you want. This will be a piece of cake since you've, fought for your life. And then Brian wrote counseling. And I tell you, between cats and kids, Mittens, please, please, chill. He's so rude, this cat. He wrote counseling and thanks, man. So this was Brian talking to another another friend of his. That was interesting. We're going to talk about what visual snow is. I had never heard of visual snow. Visual snow was something I had never ever heard about. Is he old? You mean the cat? Is Mittens deaf? I, I no, he just doesn't listen. Thank you, Camille, for those gifting those memberships. You're very sweet, honey. And thank you, Fran. Appreciate it. The cat has something to say. Yeah, he always got something to say. Waking you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, do cats ever listen? No, they don't. I love when cats are talkative. Thank you so much, Fran. All right, so let's continue. He goes on. Again, we're going to talk about visual snow, and we're also going to talk about, we're going to get to, do serial killers have a look? And there is like a physical attribute. You know how people say, oh, he looks like a serial killer, because 90% of serial killers are men. We know that. But boiled down to one simple thing called testosterone. And that is most likely why men are serial killers. More men are serial killers than women, rather. But people say, oh, he looks like a serial killer. And there is, people has said Brian himself looks like others, has showed pictures with his face up to other serial killers, to other even stars who they say Brian looks like. And I forget what star they said Brian looked like, but the star who said, quit tweeting me saying I look like Brian, because I guess he was kind of funny saying that, but he was also, I guess, serious, saying like, knock it off, people. And another thing is when Brian says, when I get home, I am mean to my family. This started when VS did. I felt no emotion. And the VS means the visual snow. Now, visual snow, we'll learn more about it, like I said, but it is more of a neurological, I don't know if I don't think it's considered a disorder. It's more of a syndrome, maybe, is how they, classify it. Brian has well been known that he was mean, particularly to his father. And he talks about that. And he talks about this all started whenever he started seeing the visual snow. And he says, after he says he was mean to his family, he said, I felt no emotion, along with depersonalization. I can say and do whatever I want with little remorse. Everyone hates me. Pretty much, I am and then it's redacted there. So, depersonalization, depression, thoughts of unaliving himself, anxiety, poor self-image, no emotion. Now that is something that you know, it's not a good combination, especially at that age. It's You don't usually hear of someone in their teens saying all of this, right? Um, and I think Brian felt a sense of community here. We played his rap song a while back, and this is where he puts releasing a rap song for everyone who basically deals with the virtual snow. I want to express our struggle through rap. I think people should know. So he felt a sense of community here. He felt finally a sense of one with at least a group of people, which is what I really think, which we know is not only Brian wants, but every human being on the planet wants to be loved, wants to be accepted, and doesn't want to be unloved and hated, right? So, and I think this is where he really kind of found uh, his a little click, if you will, because he certainly didn't find it uh, in school, because he got picked on a lot. But I've also heard, and we'll talk about it later, he picked on others as well. We're going to talk about the visual snow. We're going to talk about the amino black acids that they used on the latent shoe print. We will talk about that as well, and we'll go from there. I do have a video for. Well, let's just read this about what the visual snow is, and then we'll play that video. Okay. I'm still getting used to this, so let's so did it click over? Okay, perfect. I got it to where it automatically clicks over now. I used to have to like go over and click it again. So, all right. BK needs lethal injection. You know, the Brooks, I agree. I can't say that I disagree. I like a huge variety of music. I do too. I like a lot of different music. All right. So the term visual snow, uh, it is a syndrome. And the way Wikipedia describes it is an uncommon neurological condition in which the primary symptom is in the affected individual is persistent flickering, white, black, transparent, or colored dots across the whole visual field. So, when you're watching, particularly, before cable and stuff, but when you're watching TV and that, you lose signal and it's like, shh, just like the black and white, I think that's where they get their name from, visual snow. And if he's depersonalizing with himself, uh, and he said he feels like he's in a movie, well, that would make it really feel like you're in a movie. Can you imagine white noise? Yeah. Can you imagine constantly feeling like you were in a movie at all times? That would hard to drive with that. Yeah, absolutely. Now, was he experiencing all of this, or I don't think he could have experienced this all the time. Like the visual snow people normally says it comes and goes. Please, one sec. Jesus Christ, he fell. I think he did. Hello. Jesus Christ. He fell. Hello? He's my son fell. He fell. I don't know. I have to go. I think he hurt his leg. He fell down the steps. Okay. I gotta go. Bye. All right. Bye.